Aries. Hello. Okay, a little bit of a rough start getting your reading going here. But the channeled messages, all right, you could be dealing with a Taurus, Burger King. You could be traveling to or wanting to travel to someplace tropical, right? Having tropical fantasies. Something with the name Gabriel, all right? Also, Archangel Gabriel told Mary to expect this divine creation, all right? So there's some sort of spontaneous creation, right? A spontaneous manifestation, something that you've been wanting to create, you've been working towards. Could be a pregnancy involved. Don't try to play that Immaculate Conception, Aries. We know that that's not realistic. We're on to you, Mary. Maybe your name's Mary or Maria. But there is also saltines. So something with, you could be eating saltines and like Pedialyte or, trying to like hydrate. You could be battling some sort of cold or flu or something like that. But with saltines and the tropical fantasy, I was getting more of like the salty air, beach waves. You could be a surfer if that's your thing. I send you out with love and light. That's the most terrifying thing to me is the ocean. But it's also home. So there's something about it's like calling you home. Maybe you want to call, there's like this island. Also the XX, the song Islands. I don't have to live anymore. What I found is right here. I don't know if that's the lyrics, but also in my playlist, and not like some, miraculous thing. It's just the algorithm because I just looked the song up last time I did your reading. Lucine, Just a Cloud. By the way, the end of that reading, I was going to take a photo of the clouds and the sky was completely clear. So I feel like whatever cloudiness, whatever lack of clarity, whatever attachment you were dealing with, whether it was that platonic friends with benefits or friend zone situation, whatever it was, that past energy, I feel like that has cleared up. You've received some sort of clarity, right? There's some sort of spontaneous inspiration, like divine inspiration, divine sight, divine creation. All right, so let's get into the tarot. Let's see what's going on here. Those are just some of the channel messages. You could have some people lurking, following something with your social media followers, but there could be some like Page of Swords energy. Could be that past connection, could be a new connection. You might not even know who this is, but they could just be watching. They could be like watching you in airplane mode. I was getting a lot of airplanes in your last reading, which is the way that you can like secretly watch people's story, I guess. I don't know. I don't trust it because I haven't tried it, because with my luck it wouldn't work. So, and I'm not typically a Page of Swords. Like when I'm done, I'm done. Typically. I'm not saying never. I'm just saying typically, okay? But we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. So I feel like you've been in this place for a long time. You've really been, even if you were in the Hermit mode, there's this solitary confinement, there's this solitude, there's this sort of observational, the Virgo, you could have a Virgo placement, but Virgo, or be dealing with a Virgo, but Virgo is the why kid. They're always needing to know why. And I don't think that you are asking why of past situations anymore, and maybe that's what you were doing. You were always asking why of other people. You guys were like, I get like interviews, like you could have been like dating, right? The interview process, getting to know people. Now I feel like you're just observing. You're not asking any questions, you're just observing. Because you turn those reflections and those question marks inward, right? The Hermit is shadow work. And they look terrified because they're like, oh shit, all this stuff is inside me. Like all this stuff I've been attracting, all these shadows are actually me. They're just reflections of the stuff I gotta work through. But we have the Wheel of Fortune here, so fear not. We have this abundance coming through. And so this is your next in love reading. So if you are, if you're the divine masculine, you're connecting with a feminine who has been doing a lot of shadow work that's coming, that again could be a Virgo, but they're definitely in that place of they've been doing a lot of shadow work, right? So this is somebody who's going to be very insightful and not they may have insight about other people, but they're going to be very self-aware, okay? Because Virgos, they also analyze and observe, right? So it's the challenge of this individual has been to turn that reflection on themselves. And so with the masculine, if you're the feminine, you're dealing with a masculine who is possibly wealthy. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is fixed energy, it's earth energy, so it could be, they could be a fixed sign, could be an earth sign, but there is, you know, pentacles represent health and wealth. So this person is well-rounded, okay? They could be curvy, right? Or fit. Ooh, I'm still in it. Just got deja vu. We have the World here, so they could be at a distance, but we have the Four of Wands. So this feminine, the feminine in this dynamic wants the Four of Wands, okay? And seeing as how this is, we always have a choice, right? Masculines, if you don't want that, then this is not for you. If you're looking for something casual, I don't really do those readings anyway, so this space is not for you. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, I just had like a choking, coughing fit. So somebody did not like me saying that. Oh. You are all welcome here, by the way. Ooh, anyway. And something could be, somebody could have said something. If you guys have met already, if this is a new connection, or, you know, you've interacted, maybe not romantically, but, and again, if you were dating, this feminine could have said, no, this is what I want. This is what I want. And then the World is distance. There could be a physical distance between you, but this could also be an emotional distance, right? Maybe the masculine is like, I don't know if I want to settle down. I don't know if I want marriage. I mean, they do, because they're here. They're here. They're in your energy, or they're watching this right now. They want it, but there's a little bit of trepidation here with the World. Right? The World is also earthy, fixed energy. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world. This is that Steve Buscemi in Con Air. Yeah, it's like, if you haven't seen Con Air, I won't spoil it. It's a very complex plot. But there's, you know, a scene where there's this mass murderer. Something with greens also, that could be your favorite color, or again with all this earth energy, there's a lot of green here. Because green is in his name somehow. I can't remember his exact name, but it's Steve Buscemi. And I don't know his sign. I looked it up, but I also I used to have such a crush on him too. And then later developed a crush on Bill Skarsgård, who looks just like a young Steve Buscemi. And he is a Leo. And so I confuse them. I don't know if Steve Buscemi is a Leo or not. Anyway, But he's having a tea party, right? And I sort of get that with this like this little girl in her tree house, stitching together. This feminine could have like a box of clippings or photos, or like they could scrapbook or something where they like visualize their whole future. They've like planned it out. They know what they want their wedding to look like. Like, I mean, if this is the Aries feminine here, Aries is very decisive. Like they set their eyes on something, they know what the hell they want, and they're gonna get it. So that could be the energy that this feminine is in, where they're just like, this is what I want, because I've been dreaming this since I was a wee child, but Stevie should be sitting there with this little girl. They're having this, tea party, and she kind of like, I don't know if he's completely reformed, or if you can at that point of sociopathy and psychopathy, but but it's like, it's this sort of like healing thing. This little girl is like, are you sick? There's something with like this masculine, with Ace of Swords and the throat chakra there. It's maybe this feminine asked a question, or if this hasn't happened, this is what I see. This is what I see happening when you two come together. So this will be an indicator or a confirmation or a sign that you're dealing with this person that I'm reading for right now, right? There's something that the feminine is going to say that is going to like take the words, like you took the words right out of my mouth, or like you halted my tongue. There's something that like stops this masculine right in their tracks. Maybe because there's this Y energy of the hermit. Maybe they ask a question. Maybe they have like, with like the interview process, right? They may ask a question that makes this masculine, I almost said Aries, so maybe the masculine is the Aries, but again, you guys are going to be mirroring each other, because this person asks the right question that stops this masculine from speaking. Like, maybe with the Ace of Swords, they're like, that's new communication. So maybe this masculine could be very well traveled with the world, the Wheel of Fortune. They could have their money, they could have experiences, like they could think that they've got it all together and they know everything. Fire and cardinal energy does have that kind of like know-it-all quality, because they have that like powerful confidence. And so the shadow aspect of that is kind of being like, I know everything. Whereas the light aspect of that is, I know nothing. That's the light aspect of any sort of knowledge, is like, I really know nothing, but I'm willing to find out. And I am going to be very decisive, right? Because cardinal and fire energy is the decision. They make the choices. They're the leaders of the zodiac, particularly Aries, right? They are like the emperor, the fool. Like they start everything. They start the zodiacs, everything. So there's something where it's like they're in this like, and see if maybe they are a fixed sign, and they're dealing with the feminine Aries, and this Aries like is here to confront that know-it-all, that very like, I know what I know and nothing else, and what I know is right and what I know is true. It's like, yeah, what you know is true to you maybe, but what the world knows subjectively, and the truth is relative to the individuals. Now there is a one truth, that we are all connected. We are all a collective. That's like the only truth that there is. But how you go about realizing that, how you practice and contribute to that, what you do with your energy to heal and again, contribute to that collective unity is relative. That experience, that knowledge, the lessons, all of that is what nomenclature you subscribe to, as far as what you call God, what you call the devil, what you call good and evil, light, dark, whatever you call all those things, that's all relative. And so there's something about what this feminine says to this masculine that makes the masculine like, damn, it's a new way of thinking for them, a new way of speaking. Maybe they learned a new name for something. I think I just spit everywhere, I can't tell. I asked for the news, not the weather. Phoebe, I'm going to the name Phoebe, maybe Lisa. But yeah, there's something about the, you know, and this person here, this feminine is probably into the occult or witchcraft here, because there is this like the unbreakable vow from Harry Potter. Like I get this witchcrafty type thing. And so it's like, if you've ever subscribed to any type of religion or fixed view of spirituality, spirituality is completely relative. It encompasses all ways that we go about practicing our divine contribution to the collective. And then this Ace of Pentacles is, there's aces here, there's new stuff here. It's like maybe you both triggered each other. Because whatever this feminine says really challenges this masculine to think in a new way, to speak in a new way, to communicate in a new way. And then whatever the reaction to that, however this masculine reacts, also prompts the feminine to focus on their health, their wealth, their stability, their finances, right? It really could be Year of the Dragon. So I'm getting a lot of fire over here and a lot of earth over in the masculine, right? So that could be flipped, right? Because you guys are mirroring each other. So that could be the lesson, and the reason that you two have come together is to spark that. You could have like mixed placements, right? If one of you is earth and one of you is fire, you could have that, you could have your counterparts star placement in your rising or your moon or somewhere. You could have a stellium of their star sign, right? So something like that, because there is quite a, it's confrontational, but it's confrontational is like, it's often pejorative. It's become this thing that's like, oh, you're confrontational, you're a problem. No, to confront something is important, right? It's important that we confront things. We need to confront ourselves. We need to confront others. We need to confront issues, because when you confront it, it's front, right? It's co-fronting it, right? With an N in there. But it's like you are together. It's how you come together, and there is communication involved in that. And it's how you get on the same page before, you know, years of passive aggressive, you know, non-confrontational personality types are, yeah, maybe there was like a confrontation here, but it like both of you kind of left or are going to leave this initial confrontation with like little nuggets that you are going to, I think, sit with, because it's like, oh, maybe you were non-confrontational. I'm waiting for the other two. Maybe your views of confrontation, maybe one or both of you grew up in homes that were argumentative, right? And so you see anybody stating their opinion or a difference of opinion as maybe being like, oh, this is going to turn into a fight. This is going to be the end. Maybe your parents got divorced. Maybe they didn't get divorced, and they probably should have. But there is this sort of like, oh, like I said what I said, and they said what they said. Like, where does that leave us? There's sort of, and I'm getting this fox here. I'm seeing this fox here in the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something sort of, what is that? Wes Anderson, Fantastic Mr. Fox. What does the fox say? The fox is also like sly and elusive, right? So this masculine could have like become sly or elusive There could be a little bit of fear with this feminine over here, because whatever forced this feminine into this hermit could have been something that was, they were manipulated, gaslit, because they were giving their energy to others. They were asking questions of others, right? That's very common with like codependence, especially if you're dealing with narcissists a lot. The dynamic of that when you're dealing with emotionally unavailable people, period, is that you ask a lot of questions, like what's going on with them? How do they feel about me? Why? How? Who is this in your phone? Whatever, you're asking a lot of questions about them, where this masculine, I don't feel like they're being sly. I think they are probably being maybe a little elusive, or they've gone into hiding, and that might trigger this feminine back into that sort of, I was getting that Page of Swords, right? And like I said in the beginning, I'm not typically there, but you can creep back into that, right? Because that's what the confrontation, the triggering of the ego, of the twin flame union, when it initially comes together, that's what it's for. It's to really like, it's like peyote with the fox here. I'm getting like the desert. There's that tropical stuff too. So maybe you need like water. But I'm getting, maybe you're going on some kind of like vision quest. This person could be like Moses, gone for 40 days and 40 nights. Maybe it'll be 40 days, 4 months, 4 days, right? It could be something with the number 4, because this is what you're wanting as the feminine. If the feminine wants this 4 of Wands, like there's something about that 4, if that's the trigger point, which that's what caused this separation, then there's sort of like something about the number 4 has to trigger this masculine, and so they have to do some 4 work, right? Just like this earth energy over here, this fixed energy is triggering this cardinal energy of the wands, and this cardinal energy is triggering this fixed energy, which again, you could be dealing with an air sign as well, right? Because we have the Ace of Swords here. But it's like this masculine energy is over here in the feminine, and this fixed earth energy is over here in the masculine. So there's this definite like mirroring, and you guys are, that mirroring is very intense, and it causes us to, it prompts us, it gives us opportunity. It sometimes feels like it pushes us or forces us into a place of self-evaluation and reflection and, going into hiding. It's like this hermit feminine has forced this masculine into this hermit mode. But this Wheel of Fortune, it's like they're coming back around, right? Like this fox, and maybe they're just very, very attractive. Foxy lady, Wayne's World, something with W. I had to blow my nose, but I paused that on 23-24, which is a 10-step difference. Maybe you're in the process of sobriety. Maybe somebody had to go through some sobriety, so it could be like they're on the 10th step of the 12 steps. Could be 10 months. 10 is the world here, right? So it's an ending. You guys definitely have an ending between you. Could be a 10-year difference. So something with 10s, which is also 1, which is the full. Well, the full is 0, but it's the. It gives me that like leap of faith, and that's starting, right? 10s equal 1. All right, so let's tell me about the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. So the Hermit clarified the Wheel of Fortune over here, and now the Wheel of Fortune's clarifying the Hermit over here. 2 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so yeah, this feminine is really reflecting. And maybe they're wondering, like, should I have said that? Maybe I said too much, and they could be getting back into that self-doubt of just reflecting, like, will they come back around, right? Because we've got this sort of treehouse gazebo, and then in this deck, it's like this little gazebo, and see it looks like it's out in kind of a desertous plains, and there's a little, like, is there an offering? I was going to say a picnic, so maybe something with a picnic. Could be a Pisces. It looks like, I don't know what those are. I think those are just embellishments, but they look sort of like seahorses, which is Neptune. So maybe something in your Neptune placement, or something, you have a Pisces placement. All right, with the fox, maybe something with the wolf, right? Wolves are the Native American zodiac for Pisces. This is also like the Hanged Man, the High Priestess, right? So this is trusting in the third eye, because Wheel of Fortune is trusting in divine timing. And the third eye gives us that divine sight in order to trust in divine timing, to trust in our intuition. But this is a well. I was calling it a gazebo, but it's a well. So there's something with water. There's like a deep well. This person could be getting if they have a water placement, this feminine, it could be getting very deep into that water energy. Like, could be some tears, could be some, getting into a very philosophical, like, but they're sort of waiting at the well. I'll meet you at the well. And then there's the gazebo, the tree house, right? It's like, it's still like the four. It's still like the Four of Wands here. Will this person come back? So the feminine could be kind of kicking themselves, like, I'm asking questions of another person again. Like, why should it matter? Because it's your person. You guys are mirroring each other. And so, of course, it's like, it's triggering, it's like purging that peyote experience, that sort of like spiritual purging of the sediment, right? Because you've done a lot of work, but there's nothing like the work that you do to come into divine union. And that final work, and you continue to do work together, it's just a different type of work. It's more for the union and the collective. But all the self-work, there's still sediment. There's still a little bit of like debris in your cells, in your pits, in your caves. Oh, and my tea, the little thing that broke off, the thing broke off of the tea bag. But it's the yogi tea, and it said something about like the lantern lights the way. Fuck, I don't know what it is now. Like, it's not this is not what it says, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but it's not the lantern that lights the way, but the match that lights the lantern. That's not what it said, but that's what I'm getting here. We have the Two of Wands, so it's like this person is in a deep reflection, this masculine. So again, it's like this 40 days, 40 nights, like they're on this spiritual quest. Something about this interaction really prompted deep reflection and like the sort of like final purging of all of the individual sediment. I knew it. The Page of Swords with this Four of Wands. This feminine has become the Page of Swords. They're watching. They're watching, and they could be a little bit obsessive, a little bit compulsive. We have the Judgment here. Two of Wands and Judgment with the masculine. Yeah, the masculine is in a very decisive energy. And the World with Judgment here is like, because this could be so triggering for the masculine, they could be kind of like, oh God, if I go into this is going to take a lot of work. I'm going to have to give up all my freedom. I'm going to have to give up all of my, my money, my freedom, my traveling. Like, no, that's not what, free will, but that's not what the Four of Wands represents. The Four of Wands it's a balanced inspiration, right? You guys are in this together. This person is going to travel wherever you want to travel. And as long as there is something secure, this feminine is going to be okay. Like, there just needs to be a security here. And so the masculine could be wondering if they have that available to them. I believe in you, masculine. I believe you have it. The Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is the feminine over here with their pentacle. Like, well, I've done all this work. I have this balanced pentacle. Do they want my pentacle? Do they want to come together? And there are 3 feminines here. I don't know what that means, but it says vintage. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if that's backwards now. Vintich. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna look it up. But the 3 of Pentacles with the 3 feminines here, it's like this feminine is, it's like the oracle. This individual is really in like sitting with themselves. They're in this reflective sort of, again, this waiting energy, and there's like money and coins and stones. There's something about offerings. This feminine could be, again, if they're into the occult, they could be like doing spell work. Just watch it, feminines. If you're in this Page of Swords energy and you're doing spell work, make sure that you're only doing spell work for yourself, or it creeps into being black magic. Ace of Swords with this decision, this communication, this fast, direct, new communication. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this masculine wants this, they want this pentacle. They want it. But there is a little bit of doubt with this 3 of Pentacles. And maybe not doubt, it's just like if they don't want it, I don't want to say a plan B, but it's kind of, again, with the baby thing, maybe there's something with plan B, pregnancy, and that's very specific, and I don't really want to give anything to that, but that could mean something to you. But it is sort of like this. But if you think about that, actually, I will give some energy to it. If you think about a biological reproduction as a divine creation, if you get pregnant with somebody and then you're like, oh, I don't actually want to be with this person. 32:23 on the clock there. There's a truck out front, but it through my little like frosted glass, it looked like somebody was looking over my fence, and thought I was gonna have to like, get crazy. Anyway, there is somebody like peeking. There is a Page of Swords energy. So this could be the feminine, like I said, making sure that they don't get into a black magic place. Because I do feel like this feminine is very self-aware. They're not just like all over the place, or like they're self-regulated. And so it's like, this feels like a self-regulation. Like, let me sit with myself, my holy trinity, me, myself, and I, and make sure, like, if they don't want this, remember, like, I've done all this spell work and I'm still powerful and magical and worthy and la 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 and all that good stuff. But if you think about, like, if you get pregnant with somebody, if there's and then you take a plan B, or you might be pregnant with somebody, there's an evaluation of like, is this the person that I want to raise a child with? Is this the person that I want to create with? Like, or was this just a one-night stand? Maybe you guys had a one-night stand, right? Was this just a one-night stand? Was this just a fleeting thing? You know, so there could be something like that. Maybe there is an evaluation of the plan B. Maybe there is a pregnancy involved. Again, maybe there's a one-night stand involved. You guys know your story. All right, let's see. And again, 2 of Swords. We got the 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Judgment. It's all down to choice. It's all down to intuition. Also with 2s, 2, 4, 6, it's all about staying in self-love, holding that frequency of self-love, and waiting on divine timing. So we got the feminine over here in the 9 of Swords and the Page of Swords. And then we have the masculine over here in the 4 of Wands. I'm so excited for you, feminines and masculines. I mean, this is like, you both are gonna be very happy with this. There's so much mirroring going on here. Like, you guys are just, you are so made for each other. And this, I just really hope that if you are here and you needed this confirmation, that you got it, that trust in the process, trust that You know, I heard this, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay? So whatever has been said, whatever dispute, confrontation, disagreement, difference of opinion, whatever separation is involved here, it's all for the union. It's all to build this union because you want this person to choose you, right? And you want to make sure that you are worthy of a choice, right? That neither one of you has the power over the other. It's all about like maintaining your individual power, because this Four of Wands here this is two people who they've gone through the Two of Wands, right? And maybe you've said like, oh, if you have to make a choice, don't choose me. That's a common thing that I've seen and heard out there, like, and yes, I can see the truth in that, right? And so if there is a third party or whatever, and I don't think the third party is like another person, right? For some of you maybe, but I feel like it's more about the freedom, the individuality, the freedom. I think this masculine has the idea that like being alone means I'm free. And this feminine has realized through their work that coming together in a union and stability and something that is structured, and it offers for like planned spontaneity, right? There is more freedom when you have intimacy. Because it frees you from the burden of doing everything alone. All right, we don't have to do this all alone. So this is it's really beautiful. I just hope that there was something in here for you, Aries. And yeah, let's check the bottom. Yeah, the High Priestess, the Sun. It's the new creation. Seven of Wands. Yeah, the challenge here is just holding that frequency and, you know, seeing things in a way that, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the 4D, the mediator between the 5 and the 3D. So it's trusting the intuition, it's meditation, right? If you want the Four of Wands and you're at the Two of Swords, go into the Four of Swords. Meditate, sit with yourself with the Three of Pentacles here. Sit with yourself, sit with your little ancestral club and me, myself, and I, and just remember your worth. Remember that you are worthy of being chosen, because regardless, you're always choosing yourself first. And when you choose yourself first, you always win. You always choose right, you know? So yeah, I'm like so giddy about this Four of Wands coming out in the masculines as well. So feminines, yeah, just, it's tough, but this is your person. This is your masculine, and masculines, you already know what you're gonna do. So quit playing games with this feminine, right? You already know you want to be with them. So just, you know, I'm not gonna rush you. Nobody likes to be rushed, and that doesn't do anything. It's all in divine timing, but you know, get over yourself. Or don't, free will. Anyway, hopefully there was something in here for you. If you want to support the work that I do, this space, this channel, everything you need to know is in the description box below. And until next time, I wish you well.